Good morning, students. Welcome to Social Studies class. I hope you are enjoying your holiday. So today we are going to be discussing conflicts. We are going to examine the meaning of conflicts and common examples of conflicts in Nigeria. So sit back and be attentive and enjoy the class. Now, what is conflict? Conflict can be defined as a disagreement, friction, discord, or argument between people with opposing opinions or principle. Now, I'm sure conflict is not a new word to you or a word you've not heard before or you've not come across before. So it simply means a disagreement or a misunderstanding between two people, between a group of people, between two or more people. So it is a friction, a conflict, a discord, arguments, disagreements between people of opposing with opposing opinions or principle. It means they're having different opinions. They are not they don't agree on a particular thing. So due to this reason, there's a conflict that's setting between them. So that is conflict. So don't forget the definition is it's a disagreement, a friction, a discord or argument between two people with opposing opinion. Now, conflicts arise as a result of differences of opinion. It arises as a difference of opinion, beliefs or action that are unacceptable to other party. Because I'm not agreeing to your opinion, or maybe you are telling me something and I don't agree to it, I don't succumb to it, I don't believe in what you are telling me, and as a result of that, conflicts can set in. So that's why they said it arises as a result of differences of opinion. I have my own different opinion, you have your own different opinion, and I'm not agreeing to your opinion, I'm not accepting to your opinion, and you are not also agreeing to my opinion. So that is what they mean by it arise as a result of difference of opinion. And people have their own different opinion, they have different view of life, they see things differently. People cannot see life the way you see life, and they can't see things the way you see things. So that is why they say it arise as a result of difference of opinion. Then it is a situation caused by incompatible goals, attitude, emotions, and behavior. Now, conflict is a situation caused by incompatible goals. Your goals, your attitude, your emotions, your behavior are not the same with mine. So conflict can set in. Now let us now go to the types of conflicts. We are going to examine two major types of conflicts, and that is non-violent conflicts and violent conflicts. I'll repeat, non-violent conflicts and violent conflicts. Now we are going to start with the non-violent conflicts. This is a non-violent civilian-based approach of challenging unfavorable circumstances or situation. Now, from the word non-violent, it has to do with a conflict that does not have to do with violence. It is non-violent. Maybe due to some things that are happening in our society, people can just come and say, okay, we want to change what is going on in our society because it is not favorable to us, it is not acceptable to us. We want to change what is happening, maybe economically, or maybe due to some things that are not supposed to be, that the governments are doing to the citizen. So they can say, okay, we want to change it because it is unfavorable. And you can come out and start protesting. This time around, it is a peaceful protest. That process of protesting peacefully is known as non-violent conflict because they are actually coming out to let their mind be known to the government in a peaceful way. So that is non-violence. So it is a non-violent civilian-based approach of challenging unfavorable circumstances or situation. It is a moral choice of pragmatic move, and it is the ability or power to organize and fight for one's political, economic, social rights or goals. So it is a way of fighting for your political rights, your economic rights, your social rights in a peaceful manner, in a non-violent way. So that is non-violent conflict. Moreover, it is a weapon of protest with moral authority and non-violent action such as petition, parade, mass demonstration, and displaying of symbol or placards. So like I said earlier, it is a type of conflict that is non-violent. So people come out in masses to let the government or the people in authority know their mind, they apply it, and what is going on that they don't like and they want the government to change in a peaceful manner, and in so doing they come out in masses, showing of placards and protesting in a peaceful way. So that is non-violent conflict. Now we are going to the second type of conflict, and that is violent conflict. Now this is a type of disagreement that results in the use of arms and armed forces by two parties. Now from the word itself, violent conflicts, you are going to agree with me that it's talking about fighting or the type of conflict that has to do with the use of force or harm or weapons between two parties. Because from the word itself, violence, you know that it has to do with people coming together to show their plight in a violent way, and anything called violent does not end well. So it has to do with killing of people or destroying properties, spoiling properties and destroying of lives and properties of people. So this is the type of disagreement that results in the use of arms and armed forces by two parties. It usually occur between two religious groups, cults, ethnic groups, or the government of a state or country. So this is the type of conflict that has to do with the use of arms, weapons, guns, cutlasses, and armed forces by two parties. Then it is usually occur between two religious groups. It can also happen between two religious groups. It happens between courts in institutions. So you notice that in some institutions you hear news that courts are fighting, they are destroying some properties, they are brutalizing people, they are killing and all that. So it happens in institutions, that is courts. Then we have ethnic group or government of a state. So this can also happen between ethnic groups. You notice that in, sometimes Hausa is fighting with Yoruba, or Igbos are fighting with the Hausa or Yoruba with the Ibibio and all that. So these are examples of ethnic group as a type of violent conflict. Then it also happens between governments of a state or country. Then violent conflicts can result from actions such as civil disobedience. This is a situation whereby the citizens disobey the government or some lay down rules, and they decide to act on their own and not follow the rules and norms and regulations of the country laid by the government. So violent conflict can also result from strikes, boycotts, legal refusal, resignation, blockades, and economic sabotage like pipeline vandalism and bombing of infrastructure. It often leads to killing, burning, and destruction of properties. So all these are examples of violent conflicts. They are all examples of violent conflicts. So it can also occur through resignation. You can just decide to resign, and maybe you don't like how you are being treated in your place of work or what is going on around your working environment. You can just decide to resign. Then blockade of roads. This also occurs in Nigeria, whereby you see citizens blocking roads and preventing motorists and cyclists from passing. Then legal refusal. You notice that some people refuse legal actions. Maybe a court gave an order that certain should be done, and they refuse court order. So all these are examples of violent conflict. We also have bombing of infrastructure, vandalizing pipelines and all that. These things happens in the southern part of the country, whereby you see that in some states in the southern part, people go to pipelines and start vandalizing and stealing oil and crude oil and all that. So these are the two types of conflicts: non-violent and violent. Now we are now going to discuss the common examples of conflicts in Nigeria. Common examples of conflicts in Nigeria. So we are going to start with the first one, which is the interpersonal conflicts. Interpersonal conflict. Now this is a form of disagreement between two people caused by divergence of opinions and misunderstanding. Now this type of conflict, interpersonal, it occurs between two people. Is an disagreement rather between two people, or a misunderstanding between two people of divergence opinion. It means they're having different opinion. They are not agreeing to a term. They are not agreeing to the same thing. And the example of this conflict is between husband and wife or co-workers. So this is a good example of interpersonal conflict. You notice that husband and wife at times they won't agree to a particular thing. There is a kind of disagreement that will occur between them, and they start quarreling, or they will have a misunderstanding. Then it also happens between co-workers. That is interpersonal conflict. Don't forget, it's a form of disagreement between two people caused by divergence of opinion. Example is husband and wife or co-workers. Another example of conflicts in Nigeria is inter-ethnic conflicts. Inter-ethnic conflict. Now, this is a conflict between two or more contending ethnic groups, from the word ethnic conflict. So it has to do with a conflict between two or more ethnic groups. Two or more ethnic groups. It arises as a result of ethnic diversity, rivalry, and control of political and economic power within the society. Now, for example, Nigeria and Hausa can have a conflict, maybe because they don't agree to a particular political leader that will go and lead them, or that will represent them, or due to usage of political and economic power within the society. So that is interethnic. It's a kind of conflict that arise as a result of ethnic diversity, different form of ethnic diversity, maybe their language, their food, or start arguing that our culture is the best, our culture is the best kind of culture. So that argument can also lead to conflicts, because it is ethnic. They are having their own different ethnic diversity, rivalry also, and control of political and economic power within the society. Now, examples of interethnic conflict is Urhobo and Itsekiri. The Yoruba and Itsekiri, we have the Kataf and Hausa, we have Yoruba and Hausa conflicts. So all these are conflicts between two or more ethnic groups. Another examples of conflicts in Nigeria is communal or intra-ethnic conflict. Communal or intra-ethnic conflict. Now, this is a conflict between two or more communities within the same ethnic group. It is a type of conflicts. It is a type of conflict between two or more communities within the same ethnic group. Now, in Nigeria, we know we are having different types of ethnic groups. We have the Hausa, we have Yoruba, we have Igbo, we have the Ibibio, and so on and so forth. Now, this intra-ethnic talks about the kind of conflicts or misunderstanding or fights or disagreements between ethnic group of the same community. It is a kind of conflict between two or more communities within the same ethnic group. It arises as a result of communal clashes, boundary disputes, rivalry, infrastructure development, and creation and location of local council. Now, boundary can cause this kind of conflicts. Maybe the boundary that demarcates this community from this community. Don't forget, it is within the same ethnic group. Maybe the boundary that demarcates this ethnic group from this ethnic group is what caused the conflict. This ethnic group A, we say we own this boundary, this belongs to us. Group B, we say no, this belongs to us. Then, as a result of that, they can start fighting, or conflict might set in. Now, examples of this is the Ife and Modakeke. There's a conflict that happened between Ife and Modakeke, and these two towns are in Osun State, and they are under the same ethnic group. You can call them the Yoruba ethnic group. So there's a kind of conflicts or misunderstanding that's set in. So a good example of this is Ife and Modakeke. Conflict is inevitable, rather. It is inevitable, but we can avoid it. So let us do everything in our might, in our power, to make sure we avoid anything cause conflicts. All right. Have a wonderful holiday. Thank you very much.